Yo, it's good. It's Mastermind MMA, and you tuned into a new episode 1 of a new podcast with my guy, the one and only MMA from the Heartland, Dan, and this is the Martial Arts Mafia podcast. At least that's the working title.
What's up?
How's it going, brother?
Oh, good, man. Good. And yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm about to light up this blunt, and yeah. So we had some good fights this weekend. Where do you want to start off at?
Oh, we could go bottom up or top bottom, however.
Uh,
Or, I don't know, do you want to start with the longest away, like the Holloway Ortega first, or?
that's actually a good idea. Let's start there.
So, Max proved that Ortega is not the unbeatable godchild.
I know, right? Did you watch my prediction video for that before the fights?
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Oh, well, like it pretty much played out exactly how I predicted it was. It was like Ortega was who I thought he was because he's the same guy that was getting clipped the fuck up by Clay Guida, same guy getting clipped the fuck up by Hinata Moicano. Keep in mind, I'm an Ortega fan, but his attitude, he's walking around like this motherfucker's Jason Bourne, that he should have the belt already, and Max isn't shit. Like Max's health was stopping him from being UFC champion, and Bless put all that shit to sleep.
Oh, like he stomped it out. Yeah, it was pretty annoying. Like he acted like it was all formality. Like when he was walking out and like as they're announcing everything, like just the way his body language, like he definitely like this was all in his head. Like this is just the stepping stone. This is just a formality of the process of getting the belt. Like I'm the champ. You know, It's probably not bad to have that mentality, anyways. But I don't know. It's kind of awesome to see, really.
I know. And like just Max's angles, his switching. I was arguing with a friend about it. He was dead wrong. I said, dude, honestly, I feel like Max is like cleaner and has like a better understandings of angles and like switching stances and does it more fluidly than TJ Dillashaw. TJ Dillashaw does it at a high level, but TJ is more showboaty in the sense of he makes his stance switching very obvious and like it's like grandiose and like big sweeping switches, you know?
Yeah, whereas like Max doing it is he's throwing combinations and then like it's just flawless.
Exactly.
Like all of a sudden like you're getting struck from orthodox and then as you're trying to defend that, now you're getting struck unorthodox.
Yep. There's a couple times where he cuts some angles. Ortega's trying to flurry, and then he's looking. He's like, he doesn't even know where Max is. Max is fucking behind him.
He's like Vasily Lomachenko'd him.
Exactly. Dude, Max is up there. Max put himself in the discussion of the GOATs. Look at his win streak. George St. Pierre, Demetrius Johnson, John Jones, Max Holloway.
Yeah.
He tied John Jones for the longest win streak, 13.
And whenever you like talk about this, you have to go with what's current because like as MMA evolves, like now is the most evolved the game has been. So like although did have a long run, you know, like the talent and the competition wasn't at the level that it is now. And Max went through a lot of those same people too.
I know, dude. He cleaned out featherweight, dude. He took out the elite of all featherweights.
Completely.
Dude, and fucking Trump called up Dana. Had to talk
That's
about the
crazy.
fight.
Well, like when you watch like Brian Ortega versus Frankie Edgar, like he caught him with that elbow. Like it was perfect, but like just the way like his footwork is when like he was stepping back, like he wasn't really stepping back. He was more like hopping back. You know, it wasn't like clean and fluid. You know, like a really high level striker is.
And I feel like Frankie Edgar probably could think 10 out of 10 fights, Ortega doesn't win all of them. Frankie definitely has his ways of winning.
Oh, absolutely. He just got caught. I mean, he got caught, something he didn't expect, you know.
I
I mean,
know.
you get caught with an elbow like that as you're moving in. That's devastating.
And it's pretty much confirmed that your guy Jeremy Stevens is going to be fighting Zabit.
Dude, that's exciting. Except for the fact that, like we talked about before, like that's like one of those potential stepping stone fights, like to build your name.
I know.
But I mean, I don't know.
But I feel like that's either a stepping stone fight for Zabit, or that could be some shit like Duho Choi, where Stevens fought him and shut down all that hype, and we haven't even heard from him since. He's like, nah, I got the glow. I'm Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah. Well, Jeremy, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of thinking right now about like the style matchup and stuff. Like the way Jeremy like, moves in and out and stuff, you know, he's smart enough not to let him have the distance to where his kicks aren't going to be, you know, and like Zabit, his game is a really kick heavy game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
dude.
don't know.
I feel like Jeremy wins that because like when you look at Zabit and Kyle Bachniak, that fight where like Zabit said he broke his hand when he didn't, warming up. Kyle is just tough, and he was about to break Zabit. So I see Stevens catching Zabit early and like breaking him and taking him out.
Yeah, well, Zabit hasn't fought anybody yet, really, that we've seen that has like the power and accuracy that Stevens has either.
And the well-rounded game like when he fought Gilbert.
Yeah, and the experience. I mean, this fucking guy's been in the UFC forever.
Guy fought fucking Eve Edwards.
Yeah. He's fought Den Thomas.
Yeah. Hey, dude, I'm gonna ask you this on air. I started last year my first annual Mastermind Award ceremony. This year for my second annual. Do you want to co-host that shit with me?
Sure, man. Why not?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And they said that they're working on doing Conor versus Poirier too. That's what they're targeting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see. I think Poirier, like, I don't know. I think Conor. I don't really think unless like he has like a major mental turnaround, like lets all this shit kind of like where he gets back to like his old ways of like digging deep and being hungry and shit. Like, I think Poirier whoop his ass.
Exactly. That'll be like that. The beginning. We're already watching, I believe. Unless Conor proves me wrong, we're watching the beginning of the end of Conor McGregor's fight career.
Well, like, you know, win or lose, like everybody's gonna lose in a fight. You know, like in MMA, there's no real like shame in losing. You know, but that fight had so much behind it, and he got his ass whooped, and he quit the way he did. Like, it's hard to come back from that. Like, if you come back and lose, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Conor.
Yeah, he'll bitch the fuck out.
Especially somebody like Poirier who can, you know, turn it on later.
Mm-hmm. And like, dude, like Poirier was tough for Nate, so like Poirier's gonna be super tough for Conor, especially like Super Saiyan Poirier.
No shit. Well, not just that. Like Khabib's right. You know, you make him tired, he quits. It's
100%.
simple.
He doesn't run, dude. He doesn't put in any road work. You have to put in the road work.
Yeah. Probably just does some treadmills and shit.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the lightweight picture, fucking Ally Quinta being a fucking monster from Strong Island.
Dude, his boxing was just like his head movement and the way he was just slipping out. Like, he's grown so fucking far.
Dude, I feel like because he was looking so sharp and well-rounded, so smart when Kevin had his back, so flawless on the stand-up. Even when my guy Chris fought Jacare, dude, he was looking super sharp on the stand-up too. So like Ray Longo, Matt Serra, they're doing something fucking right there. That gym is like 2 minutes away from my sister's house.
Oh, no shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well, I mean, he's really never in any, like, if I'm not mistaken, I think Kevin Lee had a body triangle on him at, a couple different times. That was really the most trouble he was in. Like, he never really even got close to getting the choke. Like, Al defended it so well. I mean, the entire time, like, it was really more like Kevin had the position, but Al had the control.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like, dude, just like on the feet, he proved to just be like a whole nother class above Kevin. And I watched the first fight like a few days, like maybe the day before the fight. It was like the same thing, except Al looked better and sharper, and Kevin looked the same. He looked like he was trying to show that he changed too much, like trying to blast that kick from southpaw. Looks like he was watching some John Jones videos trying to bite his sauce, but you can't do that unless you're efficient with your hands from southpaw.
Yeah, it's not just that. Like, if you're not really efficient and comfortable to where you can defend yourself the same southpaw as you can when you fight orthodox, when and that's natural for you, you're gonna get eaten up. You have to be used to defending yourself that way, and it's different from that angle.
And dude, like, we're talking about this before we got on air, but fucking on Ariel Helwani's MMA hour or whatever it's called, the MMA show, fucking he took off his glasses, revealed his face, fucking looked like Timon in Lion King 1.5 when he got fucked up. Like,
yeah, I didn't see that yet, but like I said, I saw the picture. It looks like you can't even see out of him. Oh yeah, it ain't no thing though. It ain't no thing.
I know. Try to play it off. He was looking all smooth with the glasses and shit, and he took that shit off. I'm like, oh shit!
It's like on Friday, like, damn.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, how can you look in the fucking mirror, Kevin Lee, and be like, I won that fight, and look shocked? Dude, Kevin Lee acts shocked at the most obvious shit. He eats tiramisu to mock Khabib. He misses weight. He gets on the scale looking gaunt, like he's about to fucking die and pass out, and like show cock because the towel's gonna drop and shit like that. And he's looking at the scale like, what? Like, no.
He looks ripped, but like, dude, he kind of looks flabby too.
Yeah.
Like, he's like took too much out too fast,
and he gets fat in between camps. Like when you look at his face in an interview when he doesn't have to fight, dude, he looks fat. Like,
yeah, well, he's a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really a lot for him because, like, I'm pretty sure he walks around like 190, 200. That's a lot.
Yeah,
fighting at 155.
Yeah, dude, like that's like a little bit like smaller than me. Like I can't even imagine like cutting down to fucking lightweight. Like,
I'm probably like 170 right now, and I wouldn't want to do it.
I know, right? Like, but yeah, that was a good fight. And then Edson Barboza, fucking Dan Hooker, holy shit.
That's not quite. Well, I was really wanting Dan Hooker to win, but I didn't think it was going to be that one-sided. Like, but once it started, I was like, oh shit, he's constantly beating him to the punch. He's constantly just. And then once you start seeing those leg kicks really start affecting him, like, oh, it's just a matter of time. He was just hitting with some, like, crazy shit, beating his ass.
Yeah, dude. Like, I was like, all right, this is they're giving Dan Hooker like the stepping stone fight. So, like, if Edson lost this, like, that would kind of be, like, the beginning of the end for Edson, but he proved, like, no, I'm here to stay. That was just bad matchups. Like, I'm here. I'm the elite. Like,
I remember when Edson got in, like, I thought he was for sure going to be champion. Like, it really, I don't know, kind of blows my mind that he never really got there, Like, his takedown defense is crazy. Like, everything he does is just so fast and crisp and technical.
Yeah, and like I didn't know he changed camps to ATT. He left Mark Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, just before this fight?
Yeah.
Like this was his first fight with ATT?
Yep.
Huh.
And he was looking good. He was looking sharp. What other fights were on the card that was worth talking about?
Sergio Pettis, Rob Font. No, was that at 135?
Yeah.
All right. That's kind of what I thought. I don't know, based on I don't know. But so Sergio went up to 135 for the first time. Yeah, he got that. I mean, Rob Font just handled him.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just the size difference, you know?
Yeah, Rob Font is a big bantamweight.
Yeah, I mean, and really Sergio's a small bantamweight. Like, he's not...
He's a flyweight, like, yeah.
You know, sure, he could bulk up. He could, you know, get bigger. But, yeah, that was a rough night for him, especially being at home.
Yeah. And, yeah, well, and now we got fucking Jones Gus coming up. I'm pumped on that.
Yeah. So, who do you got?
I mean, I think you
You're
already
taking
know.
Gus, right?
Of course, I'm putting all my money on Gustafson. Yeah, no, I got Johnny Bones, and I got Johnny Bones by a finish.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he finishes him.
Yeah, I feel like this new John that's coming back, the comeback John, I feel like he's just gonna be a fucking like a savage, just a straight killer.
Like when he like the lead up to the last DC fight, he was in savage mode.
Yep.
He shaved his head and he was just like every question was like, straight to the point. Like he was just savage. I think that's what it's gonna be again.
Dude, it's funny you said that. I was about to bring it up. He shaved his head for the DC fight because he said he was trying to be like Tupac, and then he fucked up his beard, so he went for God of War. And he said he got the knockout, so he's like, yeah, same shit. I'm shaving my head for this Gus fight. Get another knockout. Like,
well, I mean, obviously Gus has improved, but with everything that John said about it, he didn't even take the last fight seriously, you know, and he just kind of, I don't know, still won.
and yeah, so I feel like that's gonna be fight of the year. And then you got fucking Chiesa's going up to welterweight, and he's fighting Carlos Condit.
I saw that. I think Condit whoops his ass.
Yep.
That's a terrible fight for Chiesa. His stand-up, I never thought his stand-up looked all that great. He just kind of looks all awkward, and I don't know.
He's got the Joe Dirt mullet.
Well, I mean, all that aside, just like the way his movement is and stuff, like
the mullet
hinders. Kind of like that hoppy. I don't know.
The mullet hinders his movement, so it plays a part.
Yeah, it creates drag.
Yeah, so that'd be good for Carlos to get back on the winning track, and then we got a Cyborg Nunez on that shit. That's a fight.
Dude, that's it could very well be a great fight, but it could also just be a fucking beatdown too. I
see it going a little bit like the Holly fight, like when Cyborg fought Holly, except Cyborg gets Amanda the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I think she just kind of fights and holds her own, just like kind of pops her here and there, you know. Or like if she sees an opportunity, she's just gonna take it. But I think like going to the third round when Amanda generally tires out or at least slows down, that's when she probably pick it up.
Yeah. There's some Bellator fights. I caught some highlights. Do you know anything about those?
Yeah, I saw Michael Chandler beat Brett Primus. Like, I didn't see the fight, but I saw the highlights. Brett Primus is a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, that looked like a war.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Chandler, fucking 3-time lightweight champion of the world.
That's crazy. I mean, it'd be nice if he had came to the UFC and like see how he does up against, you know. Mm-hmm. But like realistically, like when he gets taken care of the way he does at Bellator, and it's like his option is come to the UFC in this log jam at 155. You know, how appealing is it really?
I know. And fucking Frank Mir tapped out his strikes because his mouthpiece came out, and fucking guy beat his jaw broken. Like,
what was it? Yaya or something.
I don't even remember his name. I think so. Yeah,
something like that. And that was in Hawaii too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
See, that's interesting because when you think like Dana saying that, because I've heard Dana say before that Hawaii didn't want him or something, or they couldn't do a show there for whatever reason at the time or whatever. Hawaii won't let us come. And then Bellator has a show there. It's probably just another one of Dana's fucking lies.
I know. And, like, you don't have, like, an egotistical cockhead like Dana when you have Coker dealing with, like, the Hawaiian board and shit, you know?
Right. I don't know. You never know. I mean, another 5 years and Bellator might be either, like, neck and neck, or who knows. I mean,
I give it 3. Like, 2.5 to 3 years, it's going to be like Strikeforce 2.0 fully.
yeah. I mean, Scott Coker has a way of finding these talents like Aaron Pico and shit. Like, a lot of people who became UFC champions came from Strikeforce originally, or people that Scott Coker had found, you know?
Yep. Dude, and, like, everyone, he's got, like, 100% clean record. Everyone's, like, doing business with him as a pleasure. He's very generous. Like, he's fair. He looks out for the fighters.
Oh, yeah. I've never heard any fighter, anyone say anything like he's a dick, or, you know, I'm fighting with him about this, or... No, not like Dana.
I know, right? Dana's about to fucking box Oscar De La Hoya and shit like that. Like,
oh, that ain't ever gonna happen.
I know. Remember
I
when
think it's actually kind of like, I don't know, like, Oscar, you're a professional fighter. You were one of the best of your time, and you're gonna challenge. Like, that's just a pathetic thing, you know.
But it's like
you're gonna challenge him to a fight. Obviously, you're gonna whoop his ass.
I get it, but, like, it's like, all right. But Dana's talking as if he is also a world-class fighter that could do that. So I was like, all right, you want to talk all saucy? Let me see you back that shit up. Like,
yeah, I didn't hear you real well. It kind of was like robot-y.
Oh, no. I said I understand Oscar's part because Dana was talking real greasy. So when he was like, all right, you want to talk all spicy? You talk like you're a fighter. Like, you're this big shot. Let's see if you can back it up, because I know I can.
Well, I don't know. He challenged him to a debate, though. Like, he didn't, like...
But he was like, I know, but he's like, oh, you're all coked up and crazy and shit.
Yeah, well, you know, Oscar went that route because he, like, in my opinion, when you go from, like, that level of, like, intellectual argument to wanting to fight that person, they hit a nerve. You know, they got you somewhere that you're not comfortable.
Yeah,
so you're going to take it somewhere that you know you're going to fucking outdo them at.
No, 100%. And then, we got, like, a fight that I might go to. I might get front row tickets to fucking see Dillashaw Cejudo in Brooklyn.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I'm still
When is that?
I think, like, January 19th.
Yeah?
Yeah, like a month from now.
I'm pretty sure. I think Dillashaw's going to whoop his ass.
Dillashaw's going to beat him like he stole something.
Cejudo said he's going to knock him out.
We'll see. Cejudo's got like a little mini Lyoto style, so we'll see. That'd be a fun fight. Should be, stylistically at least, unless Cejudo tries to like hold him.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Like, TJ going down to 125 might really screw with his endurance and
his chin.
You know? Yeah, and his chin. He might not be able to recover very well. Like, Cody dropped him.
Yep.
But I also don't really, I don't think Cejudo won that fight either, so.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about it. I think, like, he did. He got the nod, and, like, DJ deserved to lose his belt in a lackluster manner as such.
Yeah, I think it is the best thing all around. Like, I think it was the best thing for the division. Like, if there's going to be anything for the division, like, there needed to be a change.
Yeah, 100%.
Because what was going on wasn't exciting. You know, it was cool. It was kind of like that guaranteed thing all the time, you know. But, like, whenever there's kind of that guaranteed thing that's not exciting, people don't want to tune into that. You know, you'll just watch the highlights or the replay or whatever, you know.
I know, it gets stale, like.
Oh, and really, with DJ being able to be traded, best thing for him.
And we got Ben Askren. Yep.
Which, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's very interesting to me when there's somebody who's so good at one particular thing, and you know what they're gonna do, and they can still pull it off. You know, and that's like the one thing that you're obviously going to train for when you're going against this person. They still pull it off.
I know, that's crazy. Yo, give me a second. I'm gonna grab a drink. All right.
All
right. I'm back.
right.
Yeah. So what do you think is next for both Al and Kevin Lee? Who do you think they should fight next?
Well, let's say Al. I heard some, just things that I've heard or been seeing. He wants a rematch with Khabib, obviously. I've heard stuff about Conor. I really think something like, I think Ferguson should get the title shot, but if there's any hold up or anything, or if Khabib's going to get stripped because he gets suspended for however long and, however it plays out, maybe Al versus Ferguson. Maybe it plays out for the interim title.
I feel like if there's any hold up, I want to see Ferguson versus Holloway.
Dude, that's a jaw-dropping fight.
That's the fight to make.
That'd be kind of crazy too, because like if there is any hold up and then you're doing it for either the vacant or the interim title, whichever, then. But that doesn't make sense for Max to go up and do it. So it'd have to be for the vacant title, because it wouldn't make sense for Max to go up for the interim title when he's already champ. That could be interesting.
Because I feel like I feel like Tony Ferguson and Max Holloway are different iterations of the same person. And like a fight like that, I feel like Max is cleaner than Ferguson. And like with Max beating Ortega, it shows he could handle jiu-jitsu and shit like that. I see Max winning that shit, honestly. And like I see Max even being like, if the interim, fuck it. Because like when he fought Pettis for the interim belt, he's like, dude, where's Jose Waldo? I'm gonna unify this shit. And he fucked Jose twice up.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I think that Max will win too. I think that, really, Tony gets pieced up a lot. Like, he gets hit.
Yep.
He's not the smoothest or, like, has the best head movement. He kind of, I don't know. He doesn't really get out of the way of a lot of them.
Yeah, he gets fucking rocked. And he starts rolling around like a fucking dreidel.
Yeah.
Now, he starts spinning around like a fucking Beyblade. Remember those shits?
Yeah. Hey, did you hear about the USADA lost one of Brock Lesnar's test results?
I did hear about samples? That. Yeah, I think I was like listening to like Below the Belt or some shit like that, and I heard about it.
You gotta be kidding me. Like nobody's gonna think that's suspect at all.
We're like, well, this tested hot for fucking human growth hormone, cow steroids and bull steroids and shit. We're gonna throw this shit away. Like
what happened was it actually melted through the container, so we didn't have anything to test.
It burned through the container and then proceeded to burn down 13 stories through a hole of floor. It was so toxic. We couldn't test it, so.
And everybody who smelled it is all of a sudden jacked.
It turns out that who was the person that was administering the test happens to be Dr. Banner, and he turned into the fucking Hulk because a little splashed on him. Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy. They lost this test. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, they don't lose nobody's test, and all of a sudden you lose Brock Lesnar's test.
I know.
I don't know, I guess. I don't know. That's what DC deserves that fight. Like, he deserves that payday.
Nah. Jones is going to fucking knock out Gustafsson. And guess who's going to get that Brock Lesnar fight, baby? Johnny Bones Jones.
Dude, if that happens, DC is going to, like, be in a closet for the rest of his life. Like, pictures of John, like, sitting there with a knife, like, just stabbing the floor, like, I will kill you. I will kill you. Fucking just like that'll push that guy over the limits.
Because dude, think about it. They're gonna make Miocic Jones. Jones test dirty. They make Miocic Cormier. The only reason Lesnar even thought about coming back was because of John. He and then Cormier was gonna be petty, like, "Oh, I'm stealing your dream." Guess what, bitch? I'm back, and you're not stealing shit from me anymore. You're nothing but a paperweight, a fucking placeholder. And you cheated when he knocked out Stipe. You fucking poked him in the eye 32 times, blinded him. Dude, watch right before the knockout. He goes knuckle deep in Stipe. While his knuckle's still in his fucking eye, he comes over with that hook and knocks him out. Like a second later.
Yeah, you got a pretty good point there. Well, I don't think John should have been stripped and all that. Like I think on some things you saw that like their testing is just too good. You know, like Sean O'Malley. Essentially, so what John got tested for is like a pinch of salt in an Olympic-sized swimming pool, right?
Yep.
That's too good at testing. You know, that's not. You know, for what that everybody was saying at the time, what that drug was and everything, and that steroid. You know,
clenbuterol.
Turinabol.
Yeah, Turinabol.
It has no effect like that. You know, and like the only way it would have an effect is if it was in his system for a long time and they would have caught it with the test before. Like, it's such a small amount. Like, it was bullshit. He should have never been stripped.
Yeah, I'm on the John Jones. Like, I think someone, honestly, on his team, someone close to him, he said some slick shit to, and they've been fucking with him and putting shit in his drinks and, like, fucking with him.
Dude, I thought that for, you know, like, it just did not make sense at all, you know, like, whatsoever. He passes every single test, and then the one, like, especially the one that he knows that he's going to be taking, he fails. It makes no sense at all.
Because it's not true. Like, it's like, I don't know, dude. Like, even Andy Foster was like, dude, I'm riding for John. Like, this shit is, and even he said, like, dude, I think the commission should be, once they feel USADA commission should be the one to fucking administer the punishment.
Yeah, but so, like,
that'd take forever though.
How do you think he got off though? Like, he snitched, or like, what do you think?
Kind of sounds like he snitched a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
It sounds like someone in Jackson Wink was sticking some needles up their fucking arse, and he knew about it, and he was like, "Yeah, listen, Johnny, Jimmy Boy over there is on TRT, and this guy here, and here's his dealer. Here's the guy that tried to get me this, and da 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 da. Now let me get back and fight before New Year's." Like,
yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It kind of sucks, though.
I know, but I guess it is what it is. When you have when you're gambling, playing with like those millions of dollars, like, you gotta do what you gotta do. I guess
there is always like a bunch of shit behind the scenes, though, too. Like, these people could have it could be the people that he thinks fucking was putting shit in his fucking, or, you know.
Yeah, true.
Slip something like, fuck you, motherfuckers.
Exactly. I would do that shit too if I knew someone was fucking with me. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck you right back.
So you think fucking John knocks out Gus, or beats Gus, that he'll get the Brock fight?
Yep.
What if Brock never is cleared? Do you think that he'll fight Daniel at heavyweight?
Dan, a USADA test went MIA with no explanation. Brock will get cleared.
Yeah. Well, devil's advocate, like, all angles.
If he doesn't...
No, obviously, I mean, dude, USADA lost a fucking test. Yeah, fucking right. Like, that shit's happening. No, I completely agree with you. But
I feel like if he doesn't, then DC will try to get the fight at light heavyweight. They might do the trilogy at light heavyweight. And then if they do that, then DC retires after he gets beat for the third time, and John goes up to heavyweight, fights maybe like the winner of Kane and Ngannou or something, or Miocic, for the vacant belt at heavyweight.
Huh. It'd be interesting to see how John does it at heavyweight. And it'd be interesting to see what he comes in at, you know? Like, what do you think? Like 230, 240,
I was about to
somewhere
say,
in there?
yeah, somewhere there, like 236. Maybe if he starts lifting like heavy and shit, like 240.
Just body slamming motherfucker. Just
I
picks up
know.
Ngannou and just body slams him.
And then rains down those fucking well, who was that shit with the elbows? Why can't I remember his name? Brandon Vera, where he just
Oh
fucked up
yeah. Oh, I
Brandon
thought you were.
Vera with the
Oh God, who was?
Mark
I thought you were
Hamill.
gonna say Gunnar Nelson.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah, fucking, we forgot to talk about that. Yeah, dude, that was the craziest cut. And like cut him open like a can.
Dude, like horror movie shit, like makeup, like FX.
It was like faucet blood.
That was crazy. And he was getting he was like losing that fight too.
Yeah.
Fucking Gunner doing his thing, dude. Oh, did you hear about Kavanaugh saying he's not going to coach McGregor anymore?
Yeah.
I know, that's like...
I don't know. I was thinking about it, like, in one way, Kavanaugh is who he is. He's well known. Like, we know who this guy is who owns SBG in Ireland, right? Mm-hmm. Like, because of Conor.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who this guy is, and like he has the money now that he has because of Conor. So if it's kind of like a disloyal thing, like when Conor's like been openly loyal to that team this entire time. But it could also be something like it pulls him away so much from his other people that's not fair to the other people, and it's causing problems within the gym, or
But like,
I don't know.
If it wasn't for Conor, you wouldn't be as rich as you are. So like, he deserves more priority. And like another thing is like what Kavanaugh said is like, listen, Conor's made so much money. He got fucked up in the Khabib fight. I don't think he should do it anymore unless it's like for Nate because we could win that shit. But then at the end of the day, it's like, dude, Conor stayed so loyal when he fought Mayweather. He didn't go to any other coach. He didn't go anywhere else for all his fights. Exactly. He stayed with you, and you're just gonna be like, all right, nah, fuck that. I'm good. Like.
Kavanaugh's probably not the best coach for him in the Mayweather fight.
I know.
Well, and like, really, Kavanaugh, after that Alvarez fight, like, he thought Conor should be done,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you made enough money,
yeah.
like.
I think that's just someone that's like, oh, well, we're rich enough, and like, I kind of want to enjoy it, but Conor's like, nah, I want to cash the fuck out before I dip out. And then Kavanaugh, maybe, or another thing is, I just thought about this as we're talking. What if McGregor's like, listen, I need to change shit up, but I'm gonna let you spin it how you need to spin it in the public. And what if this is a way where Conor's like initiating it, and this is Conor's way of getting to a new gym and improving because he knows he needs to.
That could be too.
Yeah, so
kind of evade the whole like crazy media blitz of like Conor's training at blah blah blah. What's going on, John Kavanagh? Da, da, da.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it really would be just like same question after same question,
No, exactly, dude. And like they'll like with the media and the headlines and shit, they'll twist it. It'll turn into like an alpha male shit, like team alpha male.
Yeah, and. I mean, it should be all right if you want to go. Like, you don't really like get the best evolution in your game if you're like always with the same people. Like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But a lot of times, like, it's a lot better to get a lot of different looks, a lot of different ideas, a lot of different techniques.
Exactly.
An array of things. Kind of go to a lot of different gyms. Or at least a couple different. Get a couple different looks.
I know, so you don't get stagnant in your shit.
Yeah. You always got to, the game's constantly evolving. Like, if you're going to evolve, you really got to switch it up.
I 100% agree.
And it shouldn't be a fucking problem. Like, this whole team thing, like, MMA is not a team sport.
Exactly.
Guys in the same gym could end up fighting, and we miss out on a lot of really potentially good fights because guys are in the same gym. And, like, no, we're teammates. It's like, no, you're like Dana White says it the best. Like, I don't give a fuck your friends. I want to see who's better.
Exactly.
I mean, like, they're in the NFL. So, you know, the Patriots and the Browns, whoever, you know, they could be friends or whatever. They still play against each other. They still knock the fuck out of each other.
Exactly.
You know, it shouldn't be any different with fucking fighting. If you're looking at it like a sport, you know, not just, you know, and a lot of times whenever like actual friends do fight that are just fucking, you know, see it as a sport and they're just fighting, Pete Cell and God, it was from way back in the day. I got his name on the tip of my tongue. Scott Smith and Pete Cell off the Ultimate Fighter, the season that Matt Serra beat George St. Pierre, like won it to get the title shot, you know? Like, dude, that was a badass fight.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, there's been plenty of others too, but.
I was thinking of fucking Andre Arlovsky versus Travis Brown.
Is that coming? Like, is that scheduled or something?
No. They fought. That was like a crazy ass fight.
Oh, I haven't even seen it.
Dude, watch that shit tonight after we get off the phone.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's kind of a little off topic, but did you see the fucking Canelo?
Yeah, that was crazy.
I didn't see it. I saw the replay, but god damn, dude.
You just fucked him up with body shots, dude. Like,
destroyed him.
The way he was dropping, he was like, fuck. Like, he was like, shit, I don't want to drop, but I have to. Like, that's what it looked like. Like, I don't want to take a knee, but I have to.
Yep. Oh, the way he just rips him in there, man, that's crazy.
Just thwack.
So much power. Yeah, it's just so much. It's like a whip.
Dude, Canelo's a fucking beast, dude. The next fight I want to see. All right, they're doing the Triple G trilogy in Cinco de Mayo. After that, I want to see him versus Billy Joe Saunders.
I don't really know who that is, but I'll believe you on that.
Yeah, he beat David Lemieux to get like one of the middleweight belts. So like to like unify, like a unification bout, Canelo and him fight down the line. That's a good fight. Triple G trilogy is dope, but yeah, that's a good fight, dude. 2019 is fucking stacked.
Oh yeah. Do you think Joshua will fight who's that guy's name just fought?
Deontay Wilder. He has to. Yeah. He has to. He was like doing a press run for no fucking reason. You don't got a fight coming up, Anthony. Why are you doing press runs? And he's talking, oh, I want to fight. I've been saying I want to fight the winner April 13th. I've been saying there's no point. I haven't been waiting. They've been throwing numbers and figures. Well, I'm saying like I don't want them to have the rematch yet. I want me to fight Deontay now because he's the champion. April 13th. And like that's what he's gunning for now. So we'll see if that happens. That's some shit that needs to happen. I see Deontay Wilder winning that, to be honest with you. And yeah, dude. Deontay wins that, gets all the fucking belts, and then the Fury rematch is fucking crazy.
That'd be a pretty good setup.
And I'm a fan of all three of them, honestly. Like, I'm a big fan of Joshua since even before he was champion. I love Tyson Fury and I love Deontay Wilder.
Dude, the way that Wilder hit Fury, like the way he knocked him out.
Yeah, that was like, crazy.
Dude, not many people are getting up like that, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was crazy. The way he hit him with that left hook on the way down, that was fucking badass.
And the way he got up, popped up, and was bouncing around like he's all good.
Oh, he was like lights out until like the 5 count or something. And all of a sudden he just opens his eyes and like, oh shit, starts getting up.
Yeah, dude. It was fucking crazy, bro. And like, dude, Tyson Fury is so slick. He's like a heavyweight Dominic Cruz on his feet.
I know. He's a fucking like giant Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy, like how he can move like that, you know, with his size and everything.
I know.
Like he's got like, he's not like super clumsy and shit, you know.
I know. He's like the angles and like the feints and shit. It's fucking so high level.
Like he doesn't throw with a lot of speed, but his timing is there.
Yeah, he's so precise and accurate with this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think we covered everything like that. That's like pretty like been going on, at least I think, except for Ben Askren and Robbie Lawler.
Yeah, pretty sure this can go down like every wrestler striker match is, pretty much goes down.
I had someone I know that said Ben Askren came over to their camp, and he said everyone was working Ben. Like Ben was easy work for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what like my sources say. So like I feel like Robbie Lawler gets this, and I feel like Ben might get exposed.
That could be too. I mean, he never really faced the level that's in, not even probably close to what's in the level of UFC. I mean, I looked, like, heard some of it, or, like, seen some of his fights on YouTube and stuff. Like, I've never seen him fight somebody that I knew the name of the other person.
I know.
And, no, I guess that is very possible, I mean, Robbie does have good takedown defense, but I don't know. If it's as good as marketed, then probably be a boring fucking, because if it's like any of his fights that you see, like, oh, they're boring.
I know. They fucking suck to watch.
But I don't see why he's like getting so much like positive press and shit.
I think because of Khabib Conor.
Wrestler.
Because Khabib Conor just happened, and Khabib is like proved himself to be the best lightweight right now, and so everyone's like big on that style. And he's like, oh, I'm the American Khabib. He's like, I'm the American Khabib fused with Chael Sonnen.
Yeah, but he's not like.
I know that's what he wants to be.
Khabib is actually like kind of exciting to watch because like he is just like definitely working towards a finish and
I know
like putting forth damage and shit. Like never really like a dull stale moment in a Khabib fight.
Yeah, his ground and pound, he's always like going like for damage, always.
Yeah. I must finish for father.
I know. Father will kill me if I don't get finish. But yeah, man, I think we covered it all.
Yep, sounds good to me, buddy.
Fucking Mafia shit.
Alright, well, you have a good one, buddy.
Alright,
I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, so we'll work on this and like we'll have this shit popping out like every week.
Yep.
Yep. Alright.
Try to be on the same day every week, but see what happens.
Yeah. We'll for now we'll gun and say like we'll work for like Tuesdays.
Yeah, that'll work.
Alright, brother. You have a good night.
You too, man. It's good talking to you.
Yep, as always.
Alright.
Man. Yeah, so that was my guy Dan, aka MMA from the Heartland. So the way it's gonna work, I'm gonna have everything multiple videos coming out every week. I'm gonna be having my podcast Combat Culture. So as of right now, I have 2 podcasts. I have Combat Culture, and then I have Martial Arts Mafia with my guy Dan. And then I have like breakdowns, analyses for all the fights that happen, and picks and shit like that for the upcoming fights. I started streaming video games. I have of course like Fortnite, the Marvel Spider-Man game. I have a bunch of fucking shit. The UFC 3 game, of course. So also, I'm gonna announce it now. I'm gonna be having a UFC 3 Mastermind MMA tournament with you guys against me. So, and like everyone else, we're gonna have tournament setups, brackets. Drop your PSN name in the comments below. I'll add you on my PSN. You can add me. It's 25ITWOFIVE, the letter I. All one word, no spaces. And yeah, we're gonna get that shit cracking. There'll probably be a prize at the end of it. Don't expect nothing like crazy, but yeah. So what else we got going on, man? Yeah, so I started streaming a lot, as you guys saw. I'm gonna keep streaming. I've been streaming. I streamed a couple things with my guy. Actually, one thing with my guy Nick. He's like one of my best friends. So yeah, man. What else, man? we got a lot of shit going on. I want to do more calls. If you want to do a call, get that shit down in the comment section. We're gonna be more active on this shit. 2018 was a good ass year. 2019 is gonna be a phenomenal fucking year. We got the second annual Mastermind Award Ceremony, aka the Max, coming up. Hosted by yours truly, Jake, aka Mastermind, with my co-host Dan. So we're gonna be picking best things about the year, breaking down best and the worst shit about the year. We're gonna be talking about fight of the year, round of the year, knockout of the year, submission of the year, all that shit. If you don't know, go back and watch my first one to get an idea of how it's gonna feel. Except this time we're stepping the shit up. You know what I mean? We're gonna do video. My bad that this podcast isn't video. I'm gonna figure out a way to do calls and shit for video. But because I was using my phone, I recently switched over to iPhone. I got the iPhone XR in red. Looks baller as shit. I was Android gang for like the longest. But since I was like on a phone call, I couldn't record it while I was doing my phone call. But everything else would be video. My apologies for not getting up I got up the video of my Holloway Ortega. I didn't get up the audio version. I'll get that up. I have it, obviously. I'm going to be doing tomorrow a breakdown of Kevin Lee, Ally Quinta. What's next? That would be a video and glorious audio. I'm going to have that synced up like my first video where I got video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We're getting this shit bracking. You already know it's Mastermind MMA. I fucked that up, so I gotta run that back. Yeah, so you already know it's Mastermind MMA, and this is the Martial Arts Mafia. Oh yeah, and you know how people call like their listeners, like their gang, like some shit. I was thinking about calling it the Mastermind Mafia. No, fuck that. I'm not thinking about calling it. I'm calling you guys the Mastermind Mafia. So Mafia shit. Let's go. It's a fucking Mastermind Syndicate. You already know.